These guys are amazing. Now he's running around.
It was a time of war, and on a storm-swept ship, the sequel to a top-selling PlayStation 2 adventure begins. You are the Queen of Halassar, and thousands have already fought and died for you. Millions adore you as a goddess reborn, and your fate has been written in the Book of Prophets. Prepare to become the savior of all creation, but beware that your enemies are strong. The King of Galdir wants you dead. Secret and sinister factions plot your downfall, and the armies of Ulrath march on your borders, and a thief has even robbed your inner sanctum. Well, bloody hell indeed. If all this sounds a bit too much like something based on the Tolkien-esque lyrics of Led Zeppelin, then fear not, brave adventurer. Summoner 2 is not just for the bearded brigade. It features real-time combat for action fans, a dense storyline for those who like a ripping good fantasy yarn, and a team of adventurers who like nothing better than a good bickering session. RPG combat is usually a static affair, with units taking turns to batter each other with their +10 axes, as you look on with limited control. Not anymore, since you and your team of heroes can hack and slash in real time, using an array of powerful combo attacks, as well as defensive and aggressive magic. Your gang is made up of a complementary combination of magic users and warriors, each with their own special abilities and occasional fear of dresses. You can swap between characters at any time. As you govern one, so the PS2's AI takes over the others and keeps them at the heart of the battle. Summoner 2 features over 30 exotic and imaginative locales, from the tropical isle of Chiomura to the psychedelic city of Masks. Although it shares the same name, Summoner 2 features none of the lands explored in the original game, so each of these new locations will, well, be new. It's not just the lands that are fresh to the game either. Summoner 2 features new summoning abilities which transform your character, from a fetching warrior queen in fancy pants to a variety of huge beasts that just love to show off their hulking figure while punching the living hell out of their opponents. When you've built up a large collection of followers, you can select which ones you want before you enter a new area. As in real life, getting the right collection of personalities together will be vital to your success.
Neru has proven useful, and we owe him a debt of gratitude.
I fear he will betray us.
The Munari sees treachery everywhere but in her own heart. Did she not betray her clan?
I saved Queen Maya's life. I'll not spare yours if you anger me again.
When it comes to end-of-level badasses, Summoner 2 pulls out all the stops to give you more of what you want. And in case you weren't aware of what you want, it's huge beasties that can't easily be defeated by the direct approach. Brains, not just brawn, will be essential. Volition, the developers behind the award-winning Red Faction, have taken all the praise and criticism that were thrown against the first Summoner and have addressed them with an unholy relish. Bigger, better, and more beautiful than before, Summoner 2 could well be the one to bring a wider range of players into the extremely popular RPG fold. We've got more on the game inside the magazine, and you can look forward to a full and insanely accurate review next month. Until then, feel free to experiment with facial hair in 1970s hard rock music, until you understand that fantasy role-playing can, and is, a great deal of fun. Said before the events depicted in James Cameron's 1984 movie, Dawn of Fate sees you as one of 3 future saviors of mankind who must protect the leader of the Resistance, John Connor, from being terminated. This is no simple feat, since Skynet has just developed a time machine and intends to send an Arnold Schwarzenegger look-alike robot back in time with the sole mission of snuffing our John's mother, Sarah. Developers Paradigm Entertainment, the people behind the classic pilot wings on the N64, have spent a lot of time translating the look, feel, and fear of a post-apocalyptic future to the PS2. Fans of the movie will recognize this FMV section as being almost entirely taken from the classic film. The game features many of the fearsome enemy units, like this disgruntled lump of metal, and adds some new ones to give you, the player, the chance to experience a game that is at once familiar and surprising. The action starts at the point where the first fully fleshed out Terminators invade a base where Kyle Reese and John Connor are planning their next move. Right from the outset, you're up against it. Your base has been overrun and is beginning to fill with robots who really want to see you and your friends dead. Don't forget, they can't be reasoned with, can't be bargained with, so it's going to be a good idea to destroy the information held on your mainframe computer and get the hell out. The game is an even mix of high-impact combat and puzzle solving, so before you go anywhere, you're going to have to use your head. This flame is not too much trouble, but don't get complacent since trickier conundrums lie ahead, as do an army of hunter-killer machines. There are 11 massive levels to explore, ranging from the confines of a base overrun by metallic killers to open streets where huge machines rain blue death from the sky, and even the wide open spaces of the desert. It has all been designed with James Cameron's vision of the future in mind, which can only be a good thing. To help give the whole game a sense of the movies, it effortlessly switches from live action to pre-rendered cutscenes. But don't worry, this is no interactive movie where you're more of a passenger than a driver. It's going to be action all the way. When it comes to killing, it's reassuring to know that you have options. You can lock onto a target in third person and either shoot, throw grenades, or get in close for some melee combat, or retire to a safe distance and shoot from the classic first-person view. Enemies can be defeated by simply filling them with enough rounds, but a true marksman will know their Terminator anatomy. A shot to their arm will rob them of a weapon. A shot to the leg will stop them in their tracks, but a shot to the head will switch them off terminally. Now that the power is restored, you can take on the Terminators with a bit less of a disadvantage, since they can see in the dark and you can't. That click means only one thing. You're out of ammunition. Lucky for you, this base is packed full of extra bullets. And should that fail, it's time for a bit of mano a machino close-up and personal fighting. With all the action and excitement of the film blended with a tense storyline and smooth controls, The Terminator: Dawn of Fate is certain to shine on fans of great games and great movies alike. And we've got the exclusive review, so sit back, open up your copy of Play, and find out why.
Sports Revolution.
Activision's O2 range of extreme sports games leaves the competition standing with big-name licenses, state-of-the-art graphics, and highly original gameplay. Play TV caught up with the stars of the new O2 range at the E3 show. We asked them all the questions you've always wanted answers to. Say hello to Tony Hawk, Matt Hoffman, and Kelly Slater.
The biggest difference is the career mode. You know, the career mode is a lot more elaborate, more in-depth. can really, not everything is based on time. You can explore the landscape and then decide if you want to do a challenge or not. You know, it's not just about meeting certain requirements. And you can develop the career, literally, you know, starting as a beginner almost, and working your way up, learning new skills, getting new equipment, stuff like that. And also they've really taken advantage of the architecture of the new consoles, much more than number 3. Because number 3 was the first time they really did anything for, you know, GameCube, Xbox, PS2, and now they're more evolved with how they're using architecture, so they're really taking advantage of it. I think it feels more intuitive, you know, and it feels like you can be more freestyle based, you know, more creative, and you can do, you know, you can meet the careers. I think it just has more replayability, you know, like you won't just get it and finish the whole game in a couple of days and then sort of explore the avenues. There's a lot more to it. This is probably the biggest change of any sequel so far. All the same writers last time, but Bob's back for this one, and then the secret characters are all hush-hush. I feel like the games are improving. I don't feel like they're just being developed for the sake of tradition. You know, if they were like that, then they would just be basically be a new level package. And I feel like we're really exploring the sort of career aspect and the more reality-based skateboarding avenues. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, okay, here's some new levels, here's some new goals, go do it. You know, this is more like interactive, and I think it's just more fun. Yeah, I never felt like I had a real natural ability, so I think that's something I was determined to keep learning and keep improving on. And I was really skinny, and so I had a complex about that I had to overcome that. You know, I had to get the strength, and I kind of used my own technique to do that. But I don't know, I never really I felt like I was always into learning new tricks only, and that wasn't really a big thing when I started, where it was more about your style and your height, as opposed to, you know, what kind of how you maneuver your board. But that's what I focused on, and that sort of came to be another style. Well, now it's easier because people know about the game, and fans are eager to actually get their music in there, whereas before we were trying to just get it, and, you know, if it was a bigger band, it was a more difficult process, you know, because it was like they thought that they were lending their credibility to the game when we were kind of thinking of it the other way around. And so now, you know, fans are more eager to do it, and so we basically have a list of fans, like these people are all in, you know, and then maybe these people might be a little more difficult, but they're willing, and, you know, we get the writers involved, and, as much as possible, you know, but it's a collective effort. It's not like one person goes, this band's in, this band's out. From the last game, I really liked Brazil, Rio, because I got my high score on that level ever. But I think I have a soft spot for Tokyo, because I love Tokyo, and all the neon I thought looked really, really good, you know, on the new consoles. Well, my oldest son, he's avid skater. He's really good. My other son, he's 9. My other sons are 3, and the other one's 10 months, and they're not ready yet. But they like watching their older brother. He has a real good sense of his limitations, and he has a lot of confidence, which is really important. And so, you know, sometimes it's a little scary just seeing him, like recently he actually jumped over my car for a picture, and I didn't know if he was too sure about it, but he got it. He did fun. I don't know, I feel like if I'm still improving, I can still justify doing it, but, you know, if there comes a time when I just feel like I'm going through the motions, I won't do it on a public level. And then I would just get into the projects I've started, you know, more behind the scenes, like video games, working more closely with Neversoft, doing our clothing marketing, and really getting the team, you know, working with them and allowing them opportunities that maybe I had, or, you know, that they didn't realize they had. So just, you know, stepping back and working on the projects I've started.
It just has a lot more depth to it. I mean, it's a story. It's kind of all the media integrated into one game. You have, I don't know. I guess I never knew the best way to promote our sport was to come out with a great game. You know, and so now we're able to add a lot more of our culture into this game. There's 11 levels, 9 levels, 11 riders. Every different level you open up a new video. And so, you know, before you'd have a lot of dead time between your lines. You do a variation on a quarter or some wedge, and then now you can like link stuff continually through the whole thing. You can manipulate, you know, like you can do variations, but you don't have to stick to just the regiment of those variations. You can then alter your variation, like say do a peg grab, then take a hand off and a foot off, you know, so you can like, it becomes more the way a biker thinks, you know, you can be more creative and you can come up with your own stuff, and I mean, there's just a lot of new elements in this game. You know, I'm kind of getting acclimated to just doing the flatland stuff because it's just such a, I don't know, it's just so smooth and it's just got a lot of style. That's really cool, linking flatland stuff into the actual variations that you're doing on the other obstacles and stuff. So, I mean, you know, you can do the peacock, and then you can modify that through the tweaker thing into a cock block. So that's probably the cock block is my favorite trick. Yesterday I saw the first screening of the Jackass movie, and I did some stuff with those guys for that. You know, like did some triples with Tony, me, and Bam doing it in the fat suit. So that's pretty good. But and then wrecked myself on a few other things for them. But I mean, there's like 4 movies this year. There's like that. There's this Triple X with Vin Diesel is in it. But then there's Keep Your Eyes Open that Camera Davis is directing and stuff, and that's my favorite one. I mean, it's real good. It really represents, like, I mean, I don't know, it's a great film. It's kind of more of an indie film, but I think it's gonna be released in like 3,000 theaters or something. So that one's probably my favorite. That's kind of around bike riding or sports and skateboarding and stuff. No, Dave Barry and I, we've been riding together for years. You know, we're friends. But I just am lucky that I'm partnered with Activision because, you know, they make better games. You know, I mean, nothing against Dave, but you know, I mean, I'm psyched on my game. I'm psyched on Activision and how much effort they put into making a game, and so yeah, I'll stop there. That'll be announced later.
I've been involved since day one on any level they'll let me or listen to me on, which is pretty much every level. It's been great. And obviously I went and sat in a meeting with Activision when it began, and my decision to say I really love Activision and I want to work with them. And from that point on, we just started creating a game, and been involved, I guess, in every level, from helping to pick the other surfers in the game to requesting music, choosing the beaches that are in the game, helping shape the waves, working with animators to create each guy's style, come up with maneuvers. I thought it was a pretty good selection of different beaches around, you know, spread around the world that are waves I like and I think anyone can appreciate. And they're all unique, either in size or color or shape, and it's a very international lineup of different waves. Well, my favorite wave in the world is Kira to go surf on. In the game, I'm not sure if I have a favorite. Maybe G-Land. The surfers that are in the game, it's a pretty good selection from young to old. Regular foots, groovy foots. We have, you know, like Tom Carroll from Australia. It's just a wide variety of people. A number of them are really good friends of mine. Some others were my heroes as a kid, and it's just really a combination of the two of those things. It's people I like and respect, and I thought, and Activision thought as well, would make great characters in the game, and so all those sort of ideas went into it, you know. And there was a couple guys, you know, that we wanted, we didn't get, and there's a couple guys we weren't expecting to get, and they turned out a lot better than we even thought about. So I thought that the maneuverability on the wave would be the most important thing from my aspect, that the maneuvers and the turning looked real and that the styles looked correct. As a real surfer, those were the things that first popped into my mind that we need to get correct. And also, I mean, there's a lot of things, but also the wave breaking correctly, you know, the right speed, the right hollowness to the waves, and the right shapes, and just anything that has to do with the realism side of what the game is, I felt were important aspects, and there weren't really any that were more or less important. They're kind of all one. You don't get wet. You don't get cold. You know? So that might be better on some days. You know, you don't get hurt when you hit the reef. You don't really break your boards. You know. I guess if I thought about it, there'd be a lot of things. You know, and you don't get to. I mean, it's not like you're actually sitting in the water and really getting the same experience. It's more of just the riding of the wave as opposed to the experience of getting your equipment and paddling out and traveling and all those sort of things. So, but you know, you can instantly fly around the world, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's basically like going and hand-picking the guys. You know, if somebody said, okay, we're going to do some sort of campaign and go hand-pick whoever you want from one guy from every other sport. You know, it's like those are the names I would pick anyway. So, I mean, it's really just an honor to be in a group like that. And, you know, it feels like a sort of special team.
Come with Motors to a meeting room in a London hotel. Join a select group of games journalists for the launch of Gumball 3000. The game takes its inspiration from a real race invented by Maximilian Cooper. The aim is to take part in a no-holds-barred race across Europe, evading the police and beating your competitors through the various stages at high speed at all costs. The law doesn't have to win. You've got a huge selection of mouth-watering equipment with which to play. And of course, being based on a real event, you'll want to see what the real event looks like. Well, come with us to New York and let's find out.
Now.
I've been thinking about what you have done to me. The damage is much deeper than you'll ever see. Hit me like a hammer to my head. I wonder were you pushed or were you led? Why did you do it? Why did you do that thing to me? Why did you do it? Why did you do that thing to me?
The Gumball is not a legal event, so the first trick is to find everybody else. Finding the competitors isn't that hard. The cars are a dead giveaway. Finding the organisers is a lot more tricky. First of all, get hold of your badge. Then get your t-shirts, caps, shoes and everything else. Now you're ready to start.
They listen and they hear more every day. But I know they never understand it, because it was no accident, you planned it. Why did you do it? Why did you do that thing to me? Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
After registering, of course, there's safety scrutineering. No, not in the Gumball. Get your car, gas it up, let's hit the road.
Man, that's him, me and you. 1, 2.
Mouth-watering machinery everywhere you look, and before the 5,000-mile thrash, A last quiet night in New York? Well, maybe. After a briefing at the Rockefeller Center in the New York City Center, the Gumballers set off at 6 p.m. for the first stage. 670 miles, New York to Nashville, Tennessee. Bye-bye, everybody. Let's go crazy. First checkpoints in Washington, 250 miles from Manhattan. Fastest car needed just 2.5 hours. The others an hour more, some even longer.
Sam McLean and his Mustang M3, the clutch is gone.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yes, buddy.
See you in Washington.
Yes, definitely. See you later, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Time to have a quick look at the Gumball rules then. Right, there aren't any. That's all you need to know. You just have to have a vehicle with wheels and an engine. There aren't any rules because it's not an official event. That's cool enough in itself to most of the competitors. The other cool factor is outrunning the law. The American police are very aware of the Gumballers, and they have been known to lock you up overnight if you break the law in their county.
Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please.
Washington, D.C. then, and the first to collect a speeding ticket is a group from Florida. Maximilian meets them at the checkpoint.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, Max. Yeah, very good.
Hey, you got us in trouble.
What's that?
I'm telling you, you got us in trouble.
Why is that?
Tickets.
You didn't. You didn't.
And now his life, well, we get more.
And I just realized my license is suspended.
And he's supposed to be the role model.
What a role model.
Okay.
Bad
You've
guy.
been filming as well.
We filmed the cops writing the tickets.
Leaving Washington, and a patrol of Toyota Supras escorting the competitors to the freeway. No sleep for the wicked, and boy are these guys wicked. A few more hours on the road, it's sunrise, and it's Tennessee, and it's the law. The fastest arrive at 6 in the morning in time for breakfast and tickets. Those who have been troubled by the police or trouble with the cars, they might make it for dinner.
Look around you, always see stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves
If you've made good enough time, there's always a chance for a quick shower before heading off into the night. But I wouldn't want to bet on it.
What's wrong with you? I'm tired.
Everybody else heading for a party on the steamboat named the General Jackson.
Hide it in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret just for Robinson's.
I suppose the spirit of the Gumball for me would be fun, sheer, exhilarating fun. Can't describe as anything else. 101% fun.
All aboard the General Jackson, including the Speed Sisters, Electra Anderson and Susan Tracy, two non-identical twins who claim to have been separated at birth. Taking a look at them with their fancy pink hair, it's hard to imagine what might have separated them short of a nuclear blast.
Couldn't find our way out of Washington, around and around, so we had to catch up and make up a little time. As we were driving through Virginia, this is a bad state. They stopped everybody, and there was no one on the road except you and I. We went blazing past you, and the next thing I knew, I saw some cars down there. There was a big truck, and hiding behind them with a decoy were two policemen, and they nailed us. They nailed us big time, and they had no mercy.
I was driving today, and we went. We were live on TV in California. Every day they have our pictures up, and they do the Speed Sisters at the Gumball Rally live every day, and they call us every day in the car. And when they called us, the police were pulling me over at the very moment that we were doing our interview on TV.
This world I'm bound to ramble. I had no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help me It's fare thee well, my old true lover. I never expect to see you again. For I'm bound to ride that northern railroad. Perhaps I'll die.
As the first evening comes to a close in Nashville, it's clear the Gumball mix is working. There's something for everybody.
The best thing I've ever been on, ever. I've never had...
Compared to what?
Compared to anything. I've been on worldwide tours for the skateboarding thing, and I've never been on anything like this Gumball.
Why?
It's just adrenaline rush. Adrenaline. You got all the fancy cars, high-class people, and it's just, you're going for it. Whatever you're going for, and it's fun.
They're just starting to mix right now. I think, as I said, it's only the first day, and they're still kind of in their own little American packs and German packs and English packs, but they'll get to know each other. By day 3, I think they'll all kind of hang out together. But they're all flying their own country's flag right now.
Day 2 starts early. Everybody feeling a little jaded as they head out of country town towards Dallas, Texas. Another brave day. Over 530 miles need to be swallowed up. But there will be a brief halt at Graceland to break the journey.
Everybody has got a body like me, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play, 'cause I play them too. Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion.
How you doing, Pep? 155 miles per hour.
You got me out of jail yesterday.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
wrong there, baby. But I'm showing you that door. I gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Got it so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter.
Heading into the parking lot at Graceland, the Gumball 3000. Elvis loves speed, cars and girls. You've just got to know he'd approve.
Fine. Very good. Yeah.
Hey, there's the king! Oh no.
And everyone got booked, so we came off and we went on all the side roads. So we're a little bit late, but no tickets, which is the most important thing.
Everything's amazing, never been better, really excited, really happy to be here. It's Graceland's just my dream, man. It's wicked. It's all good. The girls are driving well.
Yeah,
it's
on
great.
the road, no problem?
No problems on the road. I got the best team in the world, man. The girls are good. They're
And
really
that's
good.
us.
That's the girls.
Howdy.
The other one.
Is just going to be going 200 miles an hour to get there. She likes to be, you know, in the front of the pack. So I'm like, this is
Okay, so when you guys in the front, we know who's driving.
where are you gonna put the bunny?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna put the bunny?
I don't know. What do you think? What about up by? Actually, it should go here with the 6-0.
Yeah.
Actually, that looks great with the
Yeah.
color. Yeah.
That's perfect.
So goodbye to Graceland, but before we hit the road for Dallas, time to answer the call of nature. For the car, dummy, for the car.
You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. There ain't no telling who you might be, a movie star, or maybe even a Indian chief. Working at the car wash, working at the car wash, yeah. Come on and sing it with me, car wash. Sing it with the feeling now, car wash, yeah. Come some of the work.
Wow, some pump jockey's ideal of a dream day. Fast cars, loose women, and time to hit the road for the Gumballers. Another 3 or 4 hours of high-speed driving, and already a record number of arrests notched up in the afternoon. Texas is an awful tough state to cross when you're a Gumballer. They don't like out-of-towners in Texas, you know. And if you're really speeding, the Rangers will put you in jail overnight. Some of them fought the law, sometimes the law won, but for those that made it through, it's time for evening attire, after a little freshening up, of course. Men in black, women in little black dresses. What more convivial atmosphere could you have to meet your fellow competitors? And of course, there's all the tales of close encounters with the law and with some others.
Means what you think you saw, you did not see. So don't blink, be what was dead is now gone. Black suit with the black Ray-Bans on. Walk in shadow, move in silence.
Time to leave Texas and head west towards California. But first a question. When you blow the engine on your Ferrari, what do? You go out and buy an AC Cobra. Why buy a Cobra? Well, they're not going to rent this guy a car, are they?
Gentlemen,
Start your engines.
Day 4 and heading off into the big heat, out of Texas and towards the deserts of New Mexico, towards the Santa Ana Pueblo near Santa Fe. 750 miles. Better get going.
You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you're gonna go to that whole mile on the range. We got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing.
Not exactly a trouble-free day then, but finally we're in New Mexico and everybody's still in good humor. Especially since the American media has now cottoned on to Gumball 3000 in the biggest way possible. Smile, you're on camera.
The world is spinning too fast. I'm finding that Nike shoes to keep myself tethered to the days I tried to lose. My mama said, slow down, you must make your own shoes. Stop dancing to the music. I've got gorillas in a happy mood.
Day 5, another 500-miler as the Gumball starts to draw to a close. The stage will go to Las Vegas via one of the greatest venues on Earth, the Grand Canyon.
Yesterday was probably the fastest day out of all the days. We did 175. Kyle, the guy we're with, it's in the rough Porsche, did 203, got it on videotape. We also took 2 cops on rides, and we got a police escort out of a small town. So, a lot of fun yesterday.
The Grand Canyon. Dude, it's a hole. Get over it. Get on the road. Graceland, Vegas. Do I sense an Elvis link coming up here somewhere?
Less conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less bark, a little less fight, a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart, and baby, satisfy me, baby. baby, close your eyes and listen to the music. Dig to the summer breeze. It's a groovy night and I can show you how to use it. To come along with me and put your mind at ease. Hey, less conversation, a little more action. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me.
Elvis has left the building. Everybody else gets on partying down though. It is big party time in Las Vegas, and don't they just know it? So from Vegas to the coast, heading further west, 300 plus miles still. For Maximilian, a warm welcome from Hugh Hefner and the Bunny Girls. What better end to the Gumball 3000?
In my eyes, I think it was the best one yet. We had the most amazing cars, the most amazing venues. People on it have been fantastic. Not one accident to note, one in a car park this morning. I spent a year organising the event, and you know, even the last month especially for me, I've been horrendously busy. Last week I drove the event, the complete New York to Los Angeles route, meeting every venue, meeting chief of police for every state that we go through. Got back to England, turned around, flew back again, did the whole event again. And my life has not slowed down for the last year doing that kind of organising for this. And it's amazing that actually to be here and see everyone here tonight is pretty good.
Max has every reason to be happy. All the competitors returning home on their own little cloud with a head full of memories. The 2002 running of the Gumball 3000 is over, but everybody's already looking forward to next year. Rumoured to be running from San Francisco to Miami. What do we say? We say Gumball!
Atari throw away the rulebook this month with the release of Stuntman from the creators of Driver.
300 pounds of pressure. Let the baseline get ya. Let the baseline get ya.
As a top Hollywood stuntman, it's your job to make the stars shine in this new thrill-packed game that will have you tearing your hair out.
300 pounds of pressure.
Every near-death crash and smash brings you another big movie deal and another chance to risk death jumping a train, a house, and a broken bridge.
Get ya 300 pounds of pressure.
This movie's a gangster comedy. Two hopeless small-timers up against the police and gangland kingpin, the dentist. One of the leads, Vince, is trying to get across town for a pickup, but he's already late. I'll have constant radio communication with the director for every stunt I do. Time to get on set.
Toothless and Whopping, scene 4, take 1. Accelerate. 180 handbrake. Cut, too slow. Accelerate.
Your days of having an easy ride in a video game are over. The stuntman doesn't pull any punches. It's hard from the beginning and gets harder as you go on. It doesn't look great and it's hard. Surely this game shouldn't have anything for anybody. Well, it actually does, because it's very, very addictive. If you get a lot of people around, you play one particular level again and again, trying to get over that jump perfectly, get around that corner, overtake that car, you will get a lot of support and you will feel very good. At the end of the day, Stuntman's a very good game that's still going to have its detractors, mainly based on its difficulty level. If you're a bit of a wimp, then steer clear. If you're a bit of a tough guy when it comes to games, then bring it on. This game will beat you, and it'll have a smile put on your face for a very long time.
Left into the tunnel. Overtake. Through the gap. Hit the boxes. Through the gap. Hit the boxes. Brake. And cut.
It was a time of heroes, a time to strap on a big gun and head into the unknown, with only a girl in small leather hot pants for company. It's time for another Japanese arcade blast. The future of mankind is under threat from the Jurassic period. Only you and your GunCon 2 can save the day in this roaring shoot-'em-up from Capcom.
Capcom's Dino Stalker for the PS2, what you're getting is a mixture of the light gun genre shoot 'em up and the first-person shooter genres. It works quite well. It's not perhaps the best example of the genre you'll see. Basically, if you imagine Time Crisis 2 replace the dinosaurs and you can actually move around a little bit, then you're getting the rough idea of where this one's going. It's quite good fun for a time, nice graphics, good sound, but it's incredibly easy. Before you know it, you'll have gone right through to the end, and then what are you going to do after that? Basically, you can finish it in an afternoon. Where's the value in that? It's a good game, and you can go back and replay it to try and improve your scores, which, you know, might keep those with an itchy trigger finger happy. But for £40, maybe it's a little bit too steep. Worth a look, though.
Forget the cannonball run. This is the real thing as SCI take us across America in some of the world's fastest cars and with the fastest women. It's a roller coaster ride of illegal racing as you outrun the cops and competitors to score big at the post-race party. Join the world's elite party people and the girls of Playboy Mansion in this novel racer.
you dickhead!
Gumball Rally's a game based on a 3,000-mile point-to-point race across Europe where there's as much emphasis on partying as there is on racing. You must get to the next party in the quickest time possible by outrunning the police, evading roadblocks, and generally taunting your other Gumball Rallies. In between stages, it plays out like Stuntman, where you get various challenges where you can collect items such as champagne to make sure the interstage parties go with a bang. It's a simple premise, and the driving's fun, if a little shallow. Burnout's done this before and probably done it better. We've already seen Burnout 2 code. If you haven't got much money and you're after this type of game, my advice would be to wait for that. Otherwise, Gumball 3000's a simple, fun game, and you could probably do a lot worse.
What's war good for? Video games and selling newspapers, that's what. This month we get to grips with this thrilling new team-based combat game set in the 1991 Gulf War. Conflict Desert Storm covers all the Special Forces missions of the campaign, including freeing Kuwait and assaults on the region's airports as you take your elite SAS squad behind enemy lines.
Use the C4 to destroy the upper central struts of the bridge.
Conflict Desert Storm is very good. We weren't sure what we were going to get when it finally came through, but it's brilliant in fact. You control 4 crack troops at once, using the pad to access all of them, which is smooth and fast and intuitive, very easy to do. There's a selection of lots of different weapons, and the missions need to be played quite slowly and steady. The levels are quite long and there's no save points midway through them, so if you fail you're going to have to go all the way back and start over again. But it doesn't matter, you won't mind doing that because it is actually worth the challenge. You'll need to use stealth as well as all-action shooting to actually get through the game. The levels are massive and you can go through and take them out any way you wish. Very good game.
It's been a tight race out there today, but out in front, in the lead, is as ever Kyle Motor City McCain.
Yeah, Don, that boy really belongs to the people, doesn't he? They're loving it.
Well, he isn't going to get any higher today as McCain passes the finish line for another spectacular finish.
Hey!
Who are you looking at for next season?
I don't know, Paulie. I've seen a lot of good drivers, just
not a lot of great ones, right?
Forget about just winning the race, as Codemasters add in a death, betrayal, murder, revenge, and romance to bring the world's first role-playing racer. Race Driver contains the latest touring cars, championships, and circuits. Now push the clock and burn some rubber.
What about my kid brother?
Is he good?
He's my brother, ain't he? These guys are amazing. They always run around here looking for drivers.
TOCA Race Driver, interesting idea. You get yourself a TOCA car game, as been done before, and add a main character in the form of Ryan McCabe. He's a hotshot, a bit cocky. He likes the ladies, has problems with his brother. It's totally unnecessary really, because all he's there to do is provide FMV, well it's not really FMV, but you get the idea, in between sections when you're driving. The driving engine is unlike anything we've seen for a very long time. It's pretty hard to describe, really. There's no real weight to your car when you start out, and the handling is just very unusual. It takes a long time to get used to it, but once you're there, you'll soon be going around corners like nobody's business. At the end of the day, what we have here is basically the idea of Wing Commander, where you play a character, choose missions, go off, and then are giving some storyline. But then you've got it mixed with TOCA race driving. This is a very nice way of doing it, and a very acceptable addition to the TOCA series. Thank you, Codemasters, we love you.
The movie told us man was the warmest place to hide. And that looks to be true of the game, retaining the same chilling setting and themes of isolation, fear, and paranoia. The Thing could well be one of the most original horror games of the year. Beginning where the film ended, The Thing demands a quick trigger finger, fast thinking, and a strong stomach as you struggle against the elements to find the truth.
Blake, you need anything repaired or even a simple bypass, and I'm your man.
If any of you take on any damage, get back to me ASAP, and I'll help you out. I'm not carrying any dead bodies back.
I'm locked, loaded, and ready to make shit dead.
As a film license, The Thing is fantastic. It's got everything that you liked in the film, and it allows you to shoot aliens, which is always a good thing. The only problem with The Thing, it's slightly too linear. You just go from A to B, pick up object, use object on whatever item, and open up next part of the game. As movie translations go, The Thing does very well indeed. Anyone who's a big fan of the film will find plenty here to keep them occupied, as will casual gamers. If casual gamers in fact exist.
Matt Hoffman games come of age this year in a new PS2 experience with a host of cities to explore, new riders, and a comprehensive BMX track editor. Take to the streets, ride the ramps, and travel America with a few slag-trousered, do-as-you-likey buddies as you seek out the ultimate thrill a bike can offer.
I am the passenger, and I ride and I ride. I ride through the city backsides. I see the stars come out of the sky.
This is a solid, good-looking game. It features all the big World Pro BMXers and includes all their special moves, attributes and techniques. You basically go on the road with Matt Hoffman on his bus with all his mates, and you have to unlock challenges to keep the bus on the road. Once the one-player mode is finished, you have the added modes of the park editor and the multiplayer to keep the game going that little bit longer. Overall, this is a good game, but the extreme sports genre will need a little bit extra in the next-gen games to actually keep the public interested.
liquidate, motivate, mashing on the interstate, never fake, shake a Jake, woofers that'll make you quake.
PS2 gamers are already spoilt for choice when it comes to quality motocross titles. The latest to join the swelling ranks is MX Superfly from prolific publisher THQ. The game is packed with different play modes, including standard racing events and more specialist minigames, centering on performing outlandish stunts and tricks. In addition to this, you can choose from a selection of real-life riders and various 125 and 250cc bikes. Saddle up and get ready to hit the dirt.
Superfly.
The 125s are off in a cloud of smoke.
Typically, motorcycle games aren't as good as their four-wheeled counterparts. Although, with that said, the PS2 has played host to some fairly good motorcycle games, such as Namco GP. MX Superfly from THQ is the follow-up to MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael. Again, this is a good quality motorcycle game. There's plenty to do. There's lots of different modes, including standard races and little stunt modes where you can go around doing things called Superman, blah blah blah, knick-knacks and ping-pangs, whatever we don't fully understand ourselves. Quite good fun though. The bike physics are good, the tracks are quite well designed, it looks nice, it's good fun to play. It's not essential, but it's certainly worth a look if you're into your two-wheeled motorsports.
for murder.
Let's see what you've got.
But yeah, we're
My name's Neil Donnell. I work for Eidos Interactive as a producer. I'm currently working on Hitman 2, working with IO Interactive, who are based in Copenhagen, who are the developer of the game. Hitman 2 is the sequel to Hitman Codename 47, which was released on PC approximately 2 years ago. It's a console-based sequel. We've taken criticisms of Hitman 1 and re-engineered the game to make it more console-specific, so it's got friendlier controls, tighter gameplay, save games features, maps to help the player. Hitman is a stealth action-based game where you take control of your character 47 and follow him through a story, performing hits on lots and lots of different targets in numerous ways, utilising lots of special weapons and objects that you find lying around the levels. The game's very non-linear. You can go into a level, you can go left, you can go right, you can kill the first guy, you can sneak past him, you can kill him and hide his body, you can take his clothes, you can choose to just hide in the shadow to avoid detection. There's more than 3 routes through each level, so you get a lot of replayability, and there's a lot of a sort of search for perfection in performing the cleanest hit possible, where only the target should be assassinated, and getting out is twice as hard as getting in. The game uses ragdoll physics, so when characters are shot, they don't just play a canned animation, they actually react to the impact of the bullet and the location of impact on the body. So a body can fall onto some stairs and roll down some stairs, it can fall off a balcony, fly through a window, fall into a swimming pool, slide down a drain, go anywhere. The AI in the game works on multiple levels. Because Hitman can himself pose no threat because he's an unrecognised target, or he can be in disguise, the AI actually will investigate suspicious behaviour. So if they see you carrying a weapon, I mean, you instantly become a target because it's just you're obviously a threat. But you can manage to use disguises to evade detection, and the disguises work on multiple levels. Obviously, Hitman's got a rather shiny head, so if you're disguised as someone that should have a full head of hair, obviously that disguise doesn't work too well. But over distance, you can get away with it. I think Hitman 2 offers the player something new and exciting on the consoles. It's a real thinking man's game. It rewards cautious play, clever play, investigation. It's definitely a game that will appeal to the older gamer, and a gamer that's looking for something different, something fun, something clever.
But yeah, we're a team of...
Turok Evolution basically is kind of the purest realization of the original vision for the franchise. We accomplished a lot on the Nintendo 64, broke a lot of new ground, created worlds that were unlike anybody had ever seen before, created the most intense, insane, ridiculous weapons that had ever been done. But we always really did kind of yearn to be able to get a little closer to what the original vision for the series was. Now, thanks to the power of the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the GameCube, we're able to create the kinds of worlds that we always wanted to create, with the amount of detail, the level of immersion, and the kind of depth of life that we'd always wanted to do. And Turok Evolution really is the beginning of the Turok legacy. For lack of a better term, we refer to it as kind of a Turok Episode 1. So what that means is that longtime fans of the series will finally kind of understand how it all got started. New fans to the series, best possible place to start. Since the beginning of the series, we have been literally deluged with requests. So where's my Sony version? Where's my PlayStation version? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And with every announcement that subsequent titles would remain exclusive to the Nintendo 64, kind of the more intense those requests got. And I think that long-time gaming fanatics that have always been more kind of PlayStation-centric are, finally going to be thrilled to get Turok on their game console. This really was the best time for us to bring Turok to all the gaming platforms. We've had 30 months on the project, 35 people involved on the team from day one, and we really wanted to give Turok to as many game players as we could, regardless of what system they owned. So I think the reception is going to be great. We've said a lot that we wanted to get back, closer to the roots of the series, where we began, the kind of same visceral kind of primal experience that we created with the first game. To that end, the player finds themselves deeply immersed in very lush tropical environments, jungles that are literally teeming with life everywhere. Butterflies, dragonflies, water bugs, fish, snapping turtles, parrots, toucans, little gazelles. I mean, there's life all around you now. Of course, you can be mean to any of it that you want to. It's not our job to say what you do with that sniper pistol and a frog. So the player can have a lot of fun, kind of exploring what the possibilities for carnage there are in the game. And obviously we're going to see a lot more dinosaurs. Quite honestly, by the time we ended our run on the Nintendo 64, they were all but gone. And that was really what made Turok so special to begin with, and it was kind of symptomatic of a little bit of an identity crisis we had developed over the years. The goal for this game was to get back to what made Turok to begin with, and that is deep jungles, living worlds, ridiculous weapons, and a lot of dinosaurs. Now, of course, you'll still get to see things like urban cityscapes, enemy fortresses, enemy battle stations, things like that. And for the first time ever, after 8 years of aspiring to it, you can now fly on the back of a winged dinosaur. And what fun would that be without 250 caliber machine guns and guided missiles? Just wouldn't be fun at all. It'd be more like flying a hang glider. So, of course, ours is armed to the teeth.
But we're a team of. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tony Racine. I'm the producer that's been working on the This Is Football series in London. What we're doing with This Is Football 2003 is basically to make sure that the game has lost all of its PlayStation 1 heritage, and we're just completely revamping the whole game. As an offshoot of that, unfortunately, what we have had to do is that we've had to rework all of the player models, and we've had to motion capture absolutely every inch of motion capture from the previous version of the game. So what we now have is a completely new player body model. So, even key things that sold the last version of the game, which I think were outstanding, we've tried to go back and revisit and make it even better. Other things which, from a graphical standpoint, we're working on, all of the cutscenes that we've had in the past have been completely scrapped, and we're producing even more televisual styles of cutscenes. We've always tried to provide a lot more depth to the game in terms of the competitions that they can play. This time round, we've added some in the region of about 30 new competitions. So we now cover things like the North American League, South American leagues. We've got Brazil, Mexico, Argentina. We're also adding in extra European leagues. So, for example, we're also adding things like the French second and the British second division. One of the major new features of the game is the transfer market that we're putting in. So actually, for the first time now, you'll actually be able to field a team, win money, and build up your financial reserves to buy key European or key world players, for that matter. And we're putting in a career mode as well, so you can actually take a school team with a certain number of players, and you actually foster them as the manager, and you can take them from school leagues into semi-professional or amateur leagues into semi-professional and then onto the professional league. So we've given you the opportunity of being able to build up teams and bring them up through the ranks, and hopefully ultimately aim to be world-class Premiership First Division teams from around the world. Each player has about 24 different statistics, And for example, if you are playing Michael Owen, you'll notice the statistics. As you run with him, he will be a lot faster than other people. And if you sort of drop down and then sort of like accelerate, he will blitz himself into a space that somebody else might not necessarily be able to cover in the same speed. So the gameplay itself is pretty much based on the 2002 gameplay. We're reasonably happy with the way in which the gameplay works. There are a few things that we felt were a bit lacking. Things like, for example, the goalkeeper has always been something that's been criticised, and probably rightly so. So we're putting a lot more animations and moves to the goalkeeper. But also from the point of view of things like the formations and strategies. For example, if you get a player sent off, in the previous version of the game, players stuck rigidly to their 4-4-2 formation, or whichever formation you actually had preset. On the next version of the game, we've got a much more organic formation system, so players start to cover each other's roles a lot more. So, for example, if I'm running down on the left wing, the AI will actually try and drive players up more midfield to actually support. So if I want to pass the ball across the field, there's more likely to be somebody there to receive the ball and perhaps make an opportunity on goal. We do look at the reviews we get, we do look at what printed and said about the game. We also look at a lot at what the online discussion groups and internet sites say about the game as well. So we get quite a lot of our feedback from there. But we're a team of football enthusiasts who want to do a game for football enthusiasts. So it's very important we listen to people, because otherwise we just become very blinkered and develop something that we want to do rather than something that people want to buy. But we're a team of football enthusiasts who want to...
Released back in 1986, Ocean Software's The Great Escape ranks as one of the true classics of the 8-bit era. The game placed you in the role of a POW whose task was to escape the confines of the prison camp in which he had been incarcerated. As you might expect, escape wasn't simply a matter of walking out the main gate with a cheeky grin on your face. Instead, you had to search the various sections of the camp, including hidden underground tunnels, gathering together equipment such as wire cutters, a compass, and other useful items. Of course, all of this took place under the gaze of the patrolling Nazi guards, who would bang you up in the cooler if they caught you doing anything suspicious. So as well as planning your escape, you also had to follow the pattern of daily prison life, such as turning up for meals and roll call. The Great Escape game may have featured relatively simplistic visuals, but developers Denton Designs managed to create a game that was soaked in atmosphere and tension. Let's just say the developers of Codemaster's current hit, Prisoner of War, owe this aging Spectrum game a great deal of gratitude.
Hello, Kathy. I can't make it tonight.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you that.
Jack, tell her where you're going. In fact, tell her who you work for. She'll be impressed.
I work for the CIA, and the director asked me at the last minute to come with him to Russia to do a nuclear arms inspection.
That is so lame.
Hello?
You're about to breathe air that's way over your pay grade, so listen up. You're going to be asked for analysis and advice, so be sure you know what you're talking about. Welcome to the CIA, sport.
At a time of increasing tension.
According to this, there are 17 senior scientists on duty today. I only count 14.
Deliberate deception.
3 Russian scientists are missing. I need to know where they are.
Shut up. I don't go on the missions. I just write reports.
So write a report about it.
I'm an analyst.
I'm not trained for this. Just be my eyes and ears.
I can't be with somebody who's going to keep their life hidden from me, Jack.
I will not let that happen.
And new enemies.
You don't fight Russia and America. You get Russia and America to fight each other.
and destroy each other. Only 2 men suspect the truth.
What's a South African doing in the Ukraine with 3 Russian scientists in a crate from Israel?
Fair guess they're building a bomb.
From the electrifying bestseller by Tom Clancy.
The crate was put on a cargo freighter headed for the East Coast.
What? And the producer of Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games.
It's Ryan! The bomb is in play!
Ben Affleck.
Where's the president now?
They're taking him airborne. They think it might be the Russians.
It wasn't the Russians!
Morgan Freeman.
It adds up. You just don't like what it adds up to.
If you strike against the Russians, you sacrifice your moral authority. We have reason to believe the bomb was the work of terrorists, not the Russians.
Hit him. Mr. President, they're scrambling their fighters.
My orders are to get the right information to the people who make the decision.
Put it in your report.
And if you shut me out, your family and 25 million other families will be dead.
The Sum of All Fears. Directed by Phil Alden Robinson.
There we go again. Overall, overall, this is a good game. Good game. But the extremes are featuring BMXing, skateboarding, wakeboarding. There's no such thing as wakeboarding. It's wakeboarding. Yeah. I just repeated. One bit. Overall, this is a good game. But the genre will need a little bit extra. Oh no. Overall, this is a good game. The extreme sports genre will need a little bit extra to keep going. And to keep people interested, they're going to have to find some major... I was doing right then. And then I just lost it. I just lost it.
Hey, this is Mr. T. You watching Play TV, fool? Hey, fool, you know what this is? This is the best video magazine in the world. Mr. T said it. It's the best. Let me read an article to myself. In the